Oh boy, you're just casually eating cereal at 1 o'clock.
You're about to do me like that. So some of y'all need that. Welcome to the Cultural Recipe. I'm Gerron. This is
Mo.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. What are we reacting to today?
We are
10 biggest
Nigga, you gonna let me say
mistakes
it?
made with Hell in a Cell. Now you tell them who it's by.
Parts unknown. Go ahead and subscribe to their channel. Yeah. You stole my thunder. I was gonna do the fucking intro, but yeah. Fuck.
Man, I always do the intro.
Nah,
nigga.
fuck you. Change the pace.
No. Like, comment, subscribe, drop a dislike if you don't like it.
No, don't.
I better not see a single positive comment. I want this comment section to be serious. Let's get into it.
The big box. The big wrestling box. The boxy big meat punch meat angry box for very cross wrestlers. It's Hell in a Cell time once again, and everyone's looking forward to it, right? Right? What do you mean, no?
It was a good pay-per-view.
What do you mean Hell in a Cell honestly tends to be one of WWE's weakest shows and has been for the past, checks notes, 10 years? You might disagree with that statement. Maybe you love the big box and the wrestlers having a match in the big box and
Shout out, Becky.
something Devil's Playground. And if that is the case, then by all means, write down that opinion on a piece of paper, put that piece of paper in an envelope, put that envelope in your trouser.
Like, childish.
This cycle possible. There are a lot of reasons why the words Hell in a Cell don't strike fear into the hearts of man anymore. And if you give me 10 minutes of your life, I'll run them through in a concise, entertaining, and incredibly handsome way. I'm Adam Hayden from Parts Unknown.
Shout out to
the
Adam,
10 biggest mistakes WWE made with Hell in a Cell. And also, while you're here, why don't you check out our other
What the fuck is he doing?
videos? We've done one about Roman Reigns, one about John Cena, one about the WWE Championship. That was a lot of fun.
John Cena!
Honorable mention, Kennel from Hell. Technically not a Hell in a
Oh
Cell
my
match, I
gosh,
suppose.
not
But dog
this.
damned if it doesn't get mentioned. Unfortunately, we took a Hell in a Cell match, but a cage match. And between the two crammed a bunch of man-eating woof woofs.
Yeah,
Well, they
the
thought
dogs.
would be the ultimate violent
Dogs
thrill
was
ride,
cute,
but actually
bigger.
turned out to be a
They was just chilling.
boring wrestlers and dogs who either didn't give a shit about being scary or gave way too much of a shit about doing a literal shit right in front of a paying crowd. A wonderful, terrible nightmare of an idea that everyone's seen once in their lifetime. Number 10, Undertaker just...
It was a steel cage match inside Hell in a Cell.
Like, what?
That's just overkill.
For real.
You're doing too much.
You're doing too much.
Like, bro, I don't even know how you win the match. Like,
CM Punk.
I'm not rewatching that
An
shit.
annual pay-per-view, premium live event since 2009, and don't worry, we'll get to why that is a terrible idea. But as an annual tradition, it started out fairly badly. The very first match of Hell in a Cell 09 was a cell match pitting The Undertaker versus CM Punk for Punk's World Heavyweight Championship, and it's an absolute clinic in how to emasculate a world champion. Punk had graduated from the year's best feud with Jeff Hardy, even going as far as to banish the charismatic enigma from WWE.
I hated CM Punk for years because of that.
I hated Jeff Hardy.
How do you hate Jeff?
I just did. Everybody liked him, you know? It's like, I don't like
He's so
him, but
likable.
everybody liked him.
He's just so relatable. It's like, how do you hate him?
It's like, since everybody liked him, I didn't like him.
That's fair. Kind of. Fuck you.
The Montreal
I like him now.
rip-off of Breaking Point the month before.
Favorite
Punk
wrestler.
faced off against Daddy Locks, the master of the box, and it went Nicholas North for Punk. Not only was he so scared
master of the box.
they started the match by falling on his bum, but Undertaker dominated the champ, battering him around the cage.
Hey, where are you from?
Me? Seattle.
No, him.
Punk?
I don't care about you. Where the guy who made the video from?
Britain.
Britain.
England.
Solid.
Shout out.
Him in a mere 10 minutes. Not the worst cell match, but it was a flat opener and sad. It was a sad, unworthy end to the reign of
Unnecessary.
Charles
Made Punk look
Manson.
like crap.
Number 9, the stupid Raw ones. WWE created
That's trash.
It wasn't that bad.
These were trash.
I don't. Okay.
Influenced by war games, but sure, let's go.
They were unnecessary.
They were trash.
They were unnecessary.
No, I want you to say they were trash.
I ain't gonna go that far.
They were trash, bro. I'm sorry.
In 2 months in 1998. Good point, guys. You can never have too much of a good thing. Now eat these 5 cakes, I bet you. Eat all 5 right now, you coward.
Why they
Two
do
of these
this like
matches
this?
were on Raw. Johnston versus Mankind and Kane, and
remember
Mankind
that.
versus Kane, neither of which went over 10 minutes.
remember
And
that.
also, Mankind versus Kane ended in a no contest. Way to immediately suck all the special out your special.
What?
box. Looking back
Okay,
on that
maybe it is
I
bad.
really hated it.
I'm telling you.
Granted, one of these 3 matches in the 2 months was Taker versus Mankind, aka the bet.
I'm telling you.
Just rewatched that the other day, bro.
With?
My girlfriend. Shout out Grace. I love you,
Hi,
baby.
Grace.
Shout out to her. You know, she couldn't even see the thumbtacks part, bro.
Oh my God.
She was like, I don't want to look at this. When she saw the thumbtacks being spread on the canvas, she's
Oh,
like, I
you
don't want to
like,
watch
oh,
this.
yeah, ooh.
She's like, I don't want to see this shit.
Oh God.
Like, but
These
it's
were-
iconic.
These were bad though.
No, this one's fantastic.
It was the only good one.
Yeah, of those 3. Yeah.
But still, that's too much, man.
Facts.
Number
Too
8,
much.
Ryback Maddox. Let's be clear, Ryback's mental. And since leaving WWE, he's been kind of on a crusade to scrub the words Ryback is good from the internet. But for
Yeah,
a brief
he's
time,
been an
he was
ass.
as close to the next big thing as you could get with the most Goldbergian of Goldberg pushes. He demolished jobbers and politely asked for more like a veiny Oliver Twist. Boasting an undefeated streak going
Goldbergian.
into Hell in a Cell 2012, WWE booked Ryback to fight WWE champion CM Punk, and in doing so, booked themselves into a corner.
I'm
Fans weren't
famished.
quite ready for the intimidating but still
What?
Famished.
Ignore him, y'all.
bring Ryback to be world champion, but also WWE didn't want to beat Ryback, but also Hell in a Cell is a stipulation that used to be anyway, specifically designed to avoid cheap non-finish shenanigans.
Watch the video, nigga.
Evil
Sounds it.
pixie ref. Before he was a sweater vest wearing GM, Brad Maddox was a twinkly-eyed referee with the kind of punchable face reserved for people trying to run a local kids hockey league out of business. The finish saw Ryback dominate Punk, set him up for the shell shock, before Maddox hit him in his mad dicks before a cheap roll-up victory.
I
A
forgot
lame-duck
about
solution
this.
to a problem WWE didn't need to give itself. Number 7, the hologram. Help me, OB Dean.
I remember this shit.
That shit was trash, bro.
Rose, you're my only hope. God, they had Bray Wyatt do some stupid shit in that big metal box, didn't they?
Man.
Champion of the year in 2014 was Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, fighting forever inside the ruins of the Shield. The two had great chemistry, a bunch of stellar matches, a white-hot feud, and for the first time in years, a Hell in a Cell match actually felt like it had earned that stipulation.
Nice.
How did WWE blow off this blood feud? A feud which had seen Ambrose repeatedly lose. Well, they put Ambrose over Rollins, strong and clean, a big violent redemption, conquering his demons inside the Devil's Playground. Lol, not really.
No,
They had
they didn't.
Ambrose lose after being distracted by a creepy hologram, orchestrated by the impish prince of Party City prank Bray Wyatt, who then attacked Dean, and yeah, that's the feud. Dean Ambrose moved on to fight Bray Wyatt a bunch, losing again via exploding television. Can't believe he left for AEW, really can't. Number 6,
I
Charlotte
can.
beat Sasha for no reason. Hell in a Cell 2016 saw a number of firsts for WWE.
Go crazy.
No,
Go crazy.
I'll hold off.
First ever women's Hell in a Cell match, the first time women main evented a pay-per-view on the main roster, and to celebrate all
Great
those
match,
firsts, WWE did something they had
This is
done
when I like Charlotte.
many times before, and have Charlotte Flair win for no reason. After everyone
What you mean, liked?
Bro, she's overkill at this point. She's John Cena times 2. She wins so much when she doesn't have to. This match is prime example. I'll let Adam explain.
wanted Sasha to win at WrestleMania 32, but Charlotte did. After everyone wanted Sasha to win at SummerSlam, but Charlotte did. The stage was set. Blow off the feud and mark a big historic moment with a much overdue babyface win in Boston, which just so happened to be Sasha Banks' hometown. Wrestling is so easy. It's so easy. But WWE take a perverse pleasure in taking a puzzle that's almost complete and punching a hole through it in the name of the dreaded unpredictability. Charlotte hit the natural selection, beat Sasha, again in Boston, and just why though? For a weirdly complicated pay-per-view exclusive singles match winning streak that nobody but Ric Flair actually cared about. Number 5.
See, that's my problem with Charlotte Flair. She wins when she really shouldn't. I'm not saying a wrestler shouldn't always win, but she wins at points where she should really just take an L. Like that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think she's fantastic. I think she's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
But it's shit like that that makes me not like her as a character. I like her as a person. As a person, she seems like a sweetheart.
Now she's robotic on the mic. You
That
know?
too.
It's not. if you're gonna be on the mic, you gotta be entertaining.
Right.
That's like half of wrestling.
That's why The Rock's so great. Well,
Yeah.
he's also great in the ring, but you know what I mean.
Braun Strowman is forever ruined.
Oh, I know what he's about to say.
Man, you guys remember from mid-2017 to mid-2018 when Braun Strowman was briefly the most over man in the whole company, like proper special attraction over, before he eventually left to control his narrative, his biggest WWE accolade being worst Universal Champion in the belt's history. What happened in between?
Oh, he said worse?
That's Finn Balor just because he only had it for a day. But long-term champion, you're right.
Those things. A terrible heel turn, where the man who once kicked out of 4 men trying to pin him at Elimination Chamber earlier that year suddenly needed the Drooty Dog's help to win matches, and at Hell in a Cell 2018 got attacked by Brock Lesnar and then I guess just died. The precursor to the all-time worst Cell ending a year later, and don't worry, we'll get
Hold on. We'll let it play out. We'll let it play
Money in
out.
the Bank contract to fight Roman inside Hell in a Cell in 2018. Brock Lesnar appeared, attacked both men, and then the match just ended. After a white-hot reaction at SummerSlam just a few months earlier, Strowman had gone from being unstoppable to stopped, and the third most important competitor in a fucking singles match. Also, thanks for buying your tickets to a show without an ending, I guess. Lol. Number 4, murder. 1999 was a super weird year for WWE when the company, bolstered by Vince Russo going maximum Vince Russo, nearly reached the ludicrous bollocks critical mass that would beset WCW in 2000. So many weird things happened in 99. That was the year Al Snow was tricked into eating his own dog. Steve Austin became...
Yep. Yep.
That's
See, I know a lot.
That's some stupid ass ignorant.
I know a lot about this stuff because I'm a super hardcore wrestling fan.
That was
But
ignorant.
That shit is.
That was
bad.
ignorant.
Austin, the CEO. I remember this shit.
Triple H married an unconscious woman. Vince became WWF champion. The higher power nonsense. Boss man wrecked it.
Was 99 trash? 99 is trash.
Not trash, but 2000 was way better, and 98 was way better. It was the worst year of the Attitude Era. I'll say that.
All right. The best
The
era
best
of
era,
wrestling.
but the worst year of it.
Okay.
Joe's dad's funeral, and the beat goes on. One of the weirdest, most 1999 things to happen in WWE that year happened at WrestleMania 15, where, as part of a relatively heatless Ministry versus Corporation storyline, Undertaker fought Big Boss Man inside Hell in a Cell. And it was incredibly boring until, checks notes, they hanged the Big Boss Man. You know how this story goes. The match ended, the Brood attacked, strung up Big Boss Man with a noose, the cell rose, Boss Man struggled, then stopped struggling, which, you know, in the case of hangings tends to mean that the person is fucking dead, before the lights went out. Happened in front of a bunch of kids too. Stupid company. Number 3.
And it don't age well because Big Boss Man passed away. Rest in peace. Yeah, that don't
Sorry.
age well. That don't age well.
All read everything. Oh no, thought WWE in 2018. No one's afraid of Hell in a Cell anymore. How do we fix that? Do we reduce the number of Hell in a Cell matches that we do? Only feature them as the blow-off to a blood feud for maximum violence and anticipation?
That-
Now thought WWE just painted baboon-ass...
Ed and Seth had a good one.
Yeah, see that warranted a Hell in a Cell. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like they have too many matches in Hell in a Cell which don't warrant Hell in a Cell. Like, I don't think
No,
Cody and
I
Seth
agree.
escalated that much. As great as a match as it was, it didn't escalate enough for that to be a Hell in a Cell.
Nah, like
I don't think so.
they had been working on that story for like 6 months at that point with Seth and Edge.
Yeah,
So
it worked.
it was required.
It was required, and at least it wasn't like just thrown in there because it's October. Let's throw it in there. No.
Call it a day, because I guess red is the color of hell, isn't
Right.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ugly. It
kinda
doesn't make
corny.
up for the fact that Hell in the Cell matches aren't bloody anymore. It
You're
That's-
corny.
just looks like everyone's resting inside their big toy. And worse, it's really visually distracting and horrible.
is
and you
really
can't-
distracting.
You can't see. Look at that. You can't
Why?
see
Just
anything.
keep it
Change
silver.
came about in 2018. Again, just a top year for Hell in a Cell. And for some reason, it just hasn't gone away. Why hasn't it gone away, WWE? Why haven't you stopped making your biggest deathmatch stipulation out of red vines? Why are you ripping off TNA Steel Asylum? Which is also
Yeah.
I don't know. Number 2, the one with the clown. I said I just don't know. Look, at some point this is just griping about wrestling rules, and that's a black hole made of contradictions and well actuallys. WWE never remembers any of the rules or stipulations. Eliminated wrestlers can't eliminate people from the Royal Rumble except when they can. Survivor Series eliminations happen individually, except when sometimes the ref just disqualifies everybody. The referee's decision is final, except when they're shown an instant replay. Nothing matters. But Jesus Christ, the entire point of Hell in a Cell, the entire point of it being an unsanctioned, no other option, nuclear option for a feud, Two wrestlers are going to go into the box, and it doesn't stop until someone fucking wins. For 2 straight years, WWE booked a no contest end to the least no contest stipulation they have. The Braun
Foley did not die for this. He got thrown off the cell, through the cell, onto thumbtacks, and they kept the match going. But
Literally saw a man get murdered.
the ref became a Karen and said, I can't do this no more. End the match.
Roman one was bad.
The ref was like, I had enough.
The show went off the air before people
I
realized
know he
it was
keeps
bullshit.
surviving, but I had enough.
2019, in a match between Seth Rollins and a psycho clown.
This
the
sounded
match was
so
called off for
good.
Being too much, man. Seth Rollins hit the Fiend with a bunch of B&Q. The ref, who had never seen a Hell in a Cell match before apparently, decided that playtime was over in the Devil's Playground and fucking booed forever, insulting to the customers, insulting to the wrestlers, completely demolishes every single reason to ever get excited about a Hell in a Cell match ever again.
That's
Although
right.
that's long since been the case ever since, number 1, making Hell in a Cell an annual pay-per-view. Sorry, premium live event. The worst thing they ever
That's
did
it.
to
Sorry, y'all. Camera died. We back to it. Why you so slow?
Sorry, premium live event. The worst thing they ever did to the box was build a show around it. It's a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Previously, it was a feud-centric special attraction. Remember the anticipation and surprise you used to feel when a rematch would be announced between 2 guys who hated each other, and it would be inside Hell in a Cell, and the announcer would go, "Oh my God, no, anything but that. Oh shit." Undertaker, Mankind, Triple H, Cactus Jack, the Armageddon 6-man.
Oh my God.
Huge reveal, striking terror in the
What are you
hearts of the
doing?
heels. Now it's just, are you feuding? All right, do it in the box. Giving us a slew of Hell in a Cell matches that had no business taking place there and barely use a stipulation at all. Classics like Mark Henry versus Randy Orton, Sheamus versus Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt, CM Punk versus Ryback, fucking twice. Just massively overexposed the match, robbed it of all threat, turned it from a treat into an obligation, crowded
you
out the
doing,
actual
bro?
good ones like Seth Rollins versus Edge. Individual cell matches have been terrible.
This
errors.
nigga
No
here.
bigger mistake has ever been made in Hell in a Cell than this. Please stop doing it every year, WWE.
Please.
Please stop making us not care. And that's our list. What do you think the biggest mistake WWE have made with Hell in a Cell?
Shout out Adam.
Shout out to Adam. He's not wrong here, man.
I agree with the whole list.
Yeah, I agree too. It's just
It's a good list.
Hell in a Cell does not need to be its own pay-per-view.
It
does
doesn't.
not. It's just stupid.
You-
I feel that way about TLC too.
Really?
Why does that need to be its own pay-per-view? Back in the day when they just started TLC, it was TLC 1, TLC 2. Like, they numbered them.
Yeah.
That's how special they were. They numbered how many TLC matches there were. Up until, I think, like TLC 4 or some shit, they stopped keeping track. Because even when you go back and watch WrestleMania 17, right? Before that TLC 2, it literally says right there in the name tag, TLC 2.
Yep.
But, you know, they ruined that. It's just,
When does WWE not ruin things?
that's, yeah.
Alright, and that's gonna end the video. I'm Gerron. This is
Mo.
Power to the People.
Appreciate y'all watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Dislike.
Don't dislike.
Dislike.
Don't do that.